What time is it?
It's afternoon, so it's going to be like late morning in America.
And people are coming home from work and
Yeah,
they're
of course
tired. So, yeah, fair enough. And some will be watching.
People can watch it afterwards when we publish it again.
Yeah, well, it'll be like getting the dinner ready or having a wash after work. See, I remember. It's a long time since I worked, but I do remember it.
I can remember coming to visit you in the museum.
Yeah, that was fun, wasn't it?
It was indeed. You used to often go in there just to use the toilet.
Most people did. Or
it was convenient.
Either that or to get out the rain.
Yeah.
You can always tell when it's raining because there'll be lots of people coming in. But
and if you don't know what museum that is, what's museum
that was Derby Museum and Art Gallery. If you're in the area, worth a drop in. We've got the old mummy and there's some interesting Saxon bits.
One day we'll all do a tour. We'll like dress in modern clothing and go around it and film Egil talking a lot.
Yeah.
So, one day.
Well, yeah. I mean, I could take you a Viking trip around Derby.
Well, that'll be filmed too. It's going to take 3 people, not 2 of us.
Yeah.
If we're going to have both on camera, I need somebody holding the camera.
That's true. And also, it has to be decent weather.
Oh, of course so. So let's talk about Viking bling. We've got some Viking bling below us.
Oh, you're the bling meister.
So this is one of my chests of bling. So let's talk about this, Egil. What's this?
He's not joking. He has several chests on it. This is an arm ring.
Not that many chests.
Oh, you've got more than me. There we have an arm ring. It's so cool because it's worn on the arm.
Shall we demonstrate how it fits, Egil?
Go on then.
This could be like dressing Bragi in bling.
I've got my short sleeves on.
You can have this up here. Now, depending on the tunic, if you've got a thicker wooden tunic, it won't go on so far. But the idea, it goes on your upper arm.
Or if you've got short sleeves like mine.
Now, if you've been watching the 3rd series of Vikings, one of Ragnar's, not Ragnar, one of Ulfred's men has a couple of arm rings like these. So this is a very nice one.
Well, it's not just for looking at, is it?
Well, no.
I mean, it's a way of avoiding tax, as we said on the vid.
Well, they're not seeing that video yet.
Oh, right. Well, basically what you do, you melt your coins down because you're going to end up losing most of them in taxation. And you make an arm ring. Now, say I'm trying to buy something off of Bragi and it's 5 silver pennies.
That's 5 silver pennies, please.
Yep. Oh, I don't have money. He takes bullion, so he'd have a balance with 2 pans on it.
Get your axe out.
Yeah, well, one would be the weight of 5 silver pennies. This would then either be, we'll weigh it first because you never know, it might be the weight.
Might not.
If it is, he's got himself an arm ring. If it isn't, we hack it up with an axe and we make up the weight. Either way is good for him.
So, let's talk about another piece then. A neck ring.
Again, this, I don't know what period, but they tend, I think, to be early Viking. It's probably not as popular because it's a bit reminiscent of a slave collar.
To a degree, yes.
And it's round your neck a bit more.
It's a bit strange having a ring like this round your neck because it's not like a necklace.
Yeah. Well, your hair catches in it.
Well, that's true. And then you've got to try to get the thing on.
Yeah.
It does feel odd. It is a ring round your neck, and that may not be a good thing to have in battle because somebody could use that against you.
Well, again, it's also, I mean, somebody wants to get you.
Well, exactly, the control.
Yeah, and also it's a bit reminiscent of a slave collar, which might put.
And you can see why these kind of got less fashionable as we got into the 9th and 10th centuries. Certainly.
But what I admire these are the chains.
Oh, the chains are lovely.
I mean, you've got the beautiful animal terminals. You've got the Thor's hammer, but you've also, this is all handmade by hand.
Oh, yes.
It's a Polish guy who made this, was it?
I don't know who made this one.
Because
it's like chain knitting. You kind of knit the chain together. It's a fascinating artwork.
This one's even more so because you've got another, instead of links, you've got.
Yeah,
like
you can't really see these close up. We have done a video on Viking bling, which will be released not this Monday, but the Monday afterwards. So I think this Monday will be the Viking Berserker video because we're now kind of got to the stage now where we're going weekly, 7 days a week with our content. And I think at least for the next 2 more weeks we've got weekly content every day.
Yeah.
So that's a nice one.
The chains fascinate me the way they make them. They're all made by hand. Even today, I believe.
Oh yeah. I mean, you have to cast these first of all by hand, so you have to sculpture these by hand. You can't buy a form.
No.
And this is why often you'll see every kind of a head slightly different.
Is it the lost wax process?
It would be a lost wax
you make
process.
A copy of that in wax.
I would expect so.
It's encased in, is it sand?
Yes.
And then you pour the molten silver, melts the wax but leaves the impression.
It's a kind of a special sand mix. You can't just go to the beach and dig up some sand. The sand's got to be refined so that you can pack it out. And it's got to be able to sort of sand that clumps together.
Yeah, and you've got.
One thing you don't want in your mould is moisture, because as soon as you put hot metal with moisture, it will just explode. So the sand can't be wet. It's got to be the sort of sand that will stick together and be compacted.
Some moulds were made from cuttlefish, if my memory serves.
Yes, they did use them. That was often used.
There's more for brooches, though, I think.
Yeah, and of course you only get a number of uses out of them, if not even one, and then that'll be gone. So you spend a lot of time carving your cuttlefish to get a Thor's hammer or a little brooch.
Well, to be honest, where we are, finding cuttlefish would be rather difficult.
But you know, if you're a craftsman and you're manufacturing and casting objects, then you're more likely to try to get a source of soapstone, because soapstone you can work and you'll be able to, you know. It makes you think about alabaster. Does alabaster take heat? Well,
no idea.
It can be carved very easily. Yeah. And of course, where we are in Derby, we are quite local to a source of alabaster in Chaddeston.
Yeah,
so
I've learned something now.
Yeah. So there's that. Let's just check, make sure we are still live streaming.
Yeah, it'd be useful.
Yeah, we are still live streaming.
We're still live streaming, folks. Hey!
But we've not got too many people watching.
How many have we got now?
So we'll probably go for another 15 minutes, and then we might end up on the day doing a videoing, reading a comments video.
Well, I mean, basically, this is a shot in the dark. We appreciate people are either coming home from work or just relaxing after a day's work.
Yeah, but at some point in the future, we've got to try to fit in when we film twice a live stream in the daytime. So unfortunately, with you having to go by 6 o'clock, we've got to live stream about this time of the day, or perhaps early on 1 or 2 o'clock.
Well,
but the thing about a live stream is after it's live stream, then the video becomes unlisted, and then I can publish it tomorrow as an extra bonus video. So are there any questions you got for the viewers?
Well, how many have we got?
Well, I can't see at the moment.
Alright, fair enough.
And I need to change this title at some point.
I mean, we cover most, we've tried to cover most aspects, but one thing we haven't done a great deal on at the moment is long ships.
No, well, we are working on a series for that, but as always, it takes me researching 15 pieces of content. You know, you've got to step up and do more research, really, because you can't expect me to do all the research.
Oh, I don't know.
Because, you know, I'm just not going to do it.
He loves it.
At that time, you know, I'm trying to care for an elderly man.
What, me?
Oh, so, hello, we've got now 6 people watching. So
6 people.
Hello to Celtic God. Morning, lads.
Hi, Celtic. How you doing, mate?
These have appeared. So the altered one. Hello, hello.
Hi.
And Shara Beans. Hello again from Finland. Atlantic Canada. So hello. So nice to know we've got some people watching.
That's the last with the pussycat on that I saw, wasn't it? Black pussycat.
Can't remember now.
Oh, well, never mind.
No.
So I like pussycats. It's just what I do.
I think you're thinking about Jezebel on the channel.
You say so.
Or is it Tangi? I don't think Tangi's got a black cat.
No, she had a pink hairstyle when I saw her.
That's Tangi, that is.
Yeah.
That's one of our subscribers.
Hi, Tangi.
So do you guys have any questions for Egil? But we got him live on camera. Oh, what a treat.
Yeah.
Would you like to explain how you joined Viking reenactment and your best experience as a Viking?
Okay, well, I was at university at York, and like all students, I was poor, have been ever since, and I hadn't got much social life. Well, York obviously got the Jorvik Centre, and at that time they had a reenactment group. A marvellous chap ran it, Pete Gardner.
Oh yes, legend.
Oh yeah, and it was more craft based than combat, and we used to go about 7 o'clock at night, and it was about 3 in the morning when we came out, and had a great time, went to some great places. my money, what little I had, would run out, so I had to go back to live with my mother in Belper in Derbyshire at the time. And
that's just a few miles north from where I live.
yeah, and I heard about this place called Derby Group, and I met Tyke here in the Bay Horse in York.
Oh, take here.
Yeah, and this other guy whose Viking name I don't know, Wayne Osborne,
Wayne.
who was actually the group leader at the time.
Was that Mad Anthony Wayne? No. That's another hero from history.
And I joined up, a great bunch of guys, and we used to go to quite a lot of events. And my favourite time was, I suppose, the York, the York battle, and it also got me into going around schools, where I met a very lovely lady who I went out with for 5 years, and I'm still friends with, but we're not going out with each other.
Still friends now?
Oh, we're very good friends.
Hello?
I won't mention her name because she might not like it.
No, I know what you mean though.
Yeah, but we get on remarkably well, and she's taught me a lot in my life, and yeah, well, maybe so.
What year did you join up roughly?
1990.
So yes,
that's when I joined York.
It's nearly 30 years ago.
It was about 1991, 92 when I joined Derby.
So we've got a couple of comments here. Yeah. So the altered one. No, sorry, not the altered, the antlered one. Oh God, I can't read today.
The what? What's it
the
called?
antlered one. At Celtic, enjoying yourself, and then Celtic God says, I'm usually enjoying myself.
Yeah.
And the antlered one says good.
Well,
yeah, sorry.
Yes. Look, see if I can.
Oh, there we go. It's gone off.
Celtic good.
Either of you made a talk.
The antlered one.
The antlered one.
Antlered,
yes.
as in.
Yeah, we'll have to promote you to an admin so you can be blue like everybody else.
Right. What?
The blue ones are admins, Egil.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, we had a troll on the live stream on Friday.
Oh, jolly good.
And they said that granny pornography is great. Okay. He got banned.
Okay, well, fair enough. It's another one.
So, yeah. So, we've got a question here.
Go on then.
From the antlered one. Thoughts on King Arthur tales?
King Arthur, yeah. Again, it changes with each generation. As each generation tries to make it fit their culture. It'd be lovely if he did exist. We have the case where 2 bodies were found at Glastonbury Tor, where the male had a head injury and the female hadn't. It fits in with the story, but I think the actual Arthur, he didn't wear plate armour or anything like that. May have been either a Celtic warrior or a Romano-British warrior, and who some of the things come together, like the Battle of Mount Baden. We know it took place, we don't know where. We know it was a big victory for the Romano-British.
Yes.
Which does fit in with the Battle of Camelot.
Yeah, that does make sense.
And unfortunately, Gildas is the source we know, doesn't tell us what year it was done or where. He just says I was born 44 years after the Battle of Mons Bardanicus. Well, you know.
Not the best information in the world then.
No, well.
I mean, there has been, I think a couple of years ago, there was a paper written which kind of argued that there was this guy up north, and this guy who wrote this paper kind of speculated that it was this chap, and the paper did read quite well actually. If I can find it, and we'll make a video on it at some point.
There was a programme about In Search of Arthur with Jamie Theakston, Forbidden History.
Oh yes.
And this guy actually took him to where there's a barrow and said that's where Arthur's buried. Now, last I heard, he was asking permission.
There's a comment here. Armour, this is from Celtic God.
Hi, Celtic.
Armour made of plates, like dinner plates. No.
Plate steel, but a nice one. Oh, actual fact, that would look quite colourful, wouldn't it? willow pattern.
What would you? What Denby pottery?
Yeah, Denby.
Yeah, a bit of Denby pottery, local
green
pottery.
wheat. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think you might make a noise when you walk about though.
Well, you wouldn't dare move about too quickly because they're in Boston.
Yeah, but if you're at a banquet, you can serve dinner on you.
Yeah. Well, don't go to a Greek banquet because they'll smash everything up.
Oh yeah, have you ever been to a Greek banquet?
No, I haven't. I met when I was at uni. There was a very pretty girl who was her mother was Greek, but yeah.
So the antlered one says, "Hello, Governor."
Hello, mate. How you doing?
Yeah, you're a London gangster, are you?
Well, you never know.
You never know. If only we ever knew one. Now, moving on from that, we've got a comment here from Celtic God. It says, "Either of you made a talk. Have you made a talk?"
No. It's a very specialised job, I guess, to do it properly. I used to have one, but the tattooed monkey ran off with it.
Well, I could describe how you'd make a talk. I know how you make one, because I thought about it enough.
Go on then.
So the first thing you're going to need, let's say it's a silver talk, you're going to need wire.
Yeah.
You're going to need meters and meters. In fact, you're going to need around about 40 meters of wire.
Wow.
And then for each wire strand, you're going to have either 8 or 9 or 10 strands to each piece of wire, so you can twist it around. So you might have, let's say, 9 sets of wires, and each one of them has another 9 wires twisted around. So you're going to need a lot of wire to begin with. And once you start twisting all these round, it takes heat and a lot of elbow grease.
Lots of swearing.
And some kind of method to twist. They'll probably square an end off, then you've got some kind of a mechanism to twist it then.
I would imagine you have to weld one end with all the bits together.
Well, yeah, they would probably either solder the silver, heat it up in a fire and put some solder in. They have the ability to do that, so they could do that. Or they'll wrap wire around tight enough that it would keep it straight. So once you've got all your wires made, you need to think about casting your end pieces. So they'll do the lost wax cast method, make the terminals. And the terminals are often actually hollow. So I'm not quite sure how they'll manufacture that, because they're made in one piece, which is quite extraordinary. Well, you'd often think that there wouldn't be one piece, there'll be 2 pieces soldered together, but not. In fact, they're hollow. So very clever.
Or the Iron Age ones weren't pure gold, they mixed.
Of course, they had a lot of alloys and.
Reminds me of a story actually, and it's supposed to be true. This guy was living like anybody else, normal. And up in his attic, he had what he thought was a Victorian coffin handle.
Oh, yes.
And an archaeologist came along and said, "Goodness me, you've got yourself an Iron Age golden talk."
Well, it's like this Nettersrum hoard when...
And he got £250,000 for it, so...
Well, when they discovered this Nettersrum hoard, the farm labourer took it to his farm manager and they thought it was brass sections of a bedstead. Yeah. So he went and threw it in a hedge. And then I think some captain or major was walking past and he saw these objects and knew what they were. And that is how this Nettersrum hoard was found, or one of them.
He's still got the stuff on display in his house because there's a Nettersrum belt buckle.
All right, yeah.
Tyke has got one, a copy of it. Only this guy's got it in gold. But
trying to find the large screen, we went out there.
Yeah.
No connection.
Woo! So
It'll bounce back in a minute. No, we're online.
All right.
So keep talking, I just can't see the comments.
We just got a little spaceman flying around.
Spaceman? What do you think Vikings thought about space and aliens? Did the concept even exist?
I don't know. Nothing's been said about aliens, but Gorman, his ship's supposed to travel the stars.
Yeah.
They knew about the stars, obviously you can't miss them, but they, I think, could navigate by them. They had different names for what we have, Freya's wagon and things like that, and the distaff and stuff like that, but being sailors, I'm assuming they would be able to navigate by them quite easily.
We're back again.
Oh, are you? How are we doing?
I don't know, I'll have a look in a minute.
So yeah, as regards aliens, they'll probably call them angels or something, I don't know. And who knows, maybe they are.
But you think, well, you got that famous Swedish folk tale called The Flying Dragon. You recall that one, when a man sees a flying dragon. And his son, he goes up to his father, said, "What's that?" "Oh, it's a dragon," and he's going off to the mountains. and is no doubt got a lot of treasure. So if you saw some kind of a flying object, how would you describe it? Would they have said, oh, that flying object is a dragon?
They say it's either a dragon or the gods throwing.
I know, we're going off tangent there.
Yeah. What we got? He keeps tapping this thing.
Because I've got to keep logging in because I've not altered the amount of logging time it takes where it logs me out. Because
so he's a logger.
Yeah, I'm not a lumberjack. I'm okay. Work all night and I work all day.
Puts on woman's clothing and hands around in bars.
Ah, say no names.
No names, no pack job.
Carry on from that moment. Let's just check, see if we are live still.
Okay. Probably are.
Oh, we are live, but nobody watching.
Nobody's watching.
Not at the moment. Oh, there we go. I saw some plate armour made from bronze. Is that a fantasy thing or historically accurate? Historically accurate.
I've never heard of. I've heard of sort of like Greek armour and stuff like that.
Maybe not in the Dark Ages. I have to think about that.
Yeah, but I'm not certain, to be honest with you. It would be a very expensive armour. There is a strange thing, armour. It goes from being protective to a fashion statement at the time of Queen Elizabeth I, and you've got blued steel, you've got them engraved with gold. So who knows, maybe they at that time had some bronze armour. Certainly they wouldn't have taken into account the cost because the flashier the better, but actual battle armour I honestly don't know.
Well, it would be plate armour.
Well, your best bet is to tap on to the Leeds Armoury.
That's not the kind of plate armour we think as a knight. It would be like a leather jerkin, and then they would have individual plates riveted on. That'll be one method of having lamella.
That's it.
But you can have the other method where you got holes in your plate armour, and the sections go together and overlap each other. Although that is a bit more restrictive.
Yeah.
You often see a lot of people wearing plate armour. It's one of those things people want and desire as a Viking reenactor, to have plate armour.
Yeah.
And you often see too much of it. There wouldn't have been that amount of plate armour about.
Or mail, for that matter.
Well, indeed, you know.
I mean, in fact, there is a story, I think it was Gwyn Jones, the Vikings, where to go on a ship you had to have a deer leather jerkin with iron rings sewed on it, 60 arrows, a bow, an axe or sword, and then you...
Yeah, and you know, that's a very interesting comment. I think Gary Chiney, he talked about that. So that's fascinating, how the fact that, you know, we'll be ordered to have those things, you know. Well, but don't forget, you know, a lot of people were mercenaries like yourself as a character, you know.
Not in reality.
Let's face it, if you got the opportunity to go raiding as a mercenary, or what are you going to do? You're going to go raiding, or you're going to spend a year farming?
Well, to be honest with you, living in a Viking village, you look at Jorvik, it's no wonder they died. You're knee deep in mud and second-hand food and God knows what, so...
Indeed.
At least you're getting fresh air, a chance of a decent wage.
Now, I'm not sure at the beginning they would have heard you talk about the fact that you did a photo where you swore in it, which won't be on this channel. I'm going to put it on the Bragi Magnarsson channel. I was
encouraged so to do.
That channel doesn't really exist yet, as I need to go onto it and reset it up. It's going to be more of the adult themed channel.
I must admit it was great fun doing it.
Actually, it was a lot of fun actually listening to it.
You what?
Yeah, you know, it's when you record on this channel. You know, how many folk tales we've recorded? Over 100, 150. So you know, it was quite refreshing.
I think the Three Little Pigs might
to have.
Do well with
to have swearing. It was funny.
Yeah, but it was a bit of fun anyway. So let us know if you like it.
Let me see. I can't see the comments on here. We're still going live. Half an hour now.
Right.
Oh, look, I can send a message on here. I'm not using this is a new app I'm using called Streamlabs. Right. So my family still made our traditional armour when I was a child, and it was often cloth and bits of bone and wood and scraps of metal sewn in. Right. Yeah, well, you could see that.
Yeah. Well, Tudor armour was like a doublet with steel plates in it. I forget what it's called. Hello.
No, that's just somebody else going live. That's Captain Needy, that is.
Captain Needy.
Oh, we can talk about Captain Needy while we're here.
I've never heard of
So,
him.
do you know, you've not heard of Captain Needy?
Nope.
Well, Captain Needy is a YouTube superhero who is going around promoting great, small, unsubscribed channels.
All right, jolly good.
And what he does 2 live streams a week. And each week, him and his guests through Twitter and his various accounts they've got will select channels to be featured.
Yeah.
And a couple of weeks ago, our channel was featured.
Whee.
And we are now on the list, the official list by Captain Needy. I'm not sure what number we are. I think we're like the 300 now.
Oh.
So we've been recommended and we've got some subscribers on that. So I think we should say thank you very much, Captain Needy. And that is from the channel Need More Subs. A lot of people find that channel confusing because they think it's a Substack channel. Do you know what sub for sub is?
Well, goes under the water.
No, a sub for sub is not something that goes under the water, Egil. So let's say you got a YouTube channel and I come on your channel and leave a comment. If you subscribe to me, I'll subscribe to you.
All right,
and that's what you call sub for sub.
Reciprocation.
We don't do that.
Right.
That's something. It's a big no-no on YouTube.
Okay.
But the problem when you start doing sub for sub, you know, they have to sub you and you sub them. It's like you're going to end up with a lot of people who never watch your content, and they end up what you call dead subs.
All right.
So sub for sub is something YouTube don't like, something we've never done on this channel, and Need More Subs isn't one of those channels. It's just a really cool guy that wears like a mask and just recommends cool channels and does great live streams and music.
Oh, well.
So, and he's live at the moment. In fact, you know, we could raid the live stream if it works. There he is.
Let's play some Jethro Tull.
There, he makes his own music. I'm just playing We Need More Subs now.
Okay, welcome to Needs More Subs live. Alexis,
So this is Need More Subs.
Alexa,
Oh look, Justin Melo's there.
Yeah.
we are about to.
One or two of these people are subscribed to us.
That's jolly good.
So we just had a low there anyway, we're backing out of that. We've got a signal again. Hey! See if we've got any more comments.
This is all
I'm still getting used to this.
Give us the copy again.
No, that's the beginning of it. I can't seem to get it live for some reason. Here we go.
That's the beginning of it.
No, that's still not working. Here we go. Ah, look at you got a friend on here.
All right, all good. Who's
Rob
that?
Napier.
Hello, Rob.
Hello.
Hey,
Sorry,
Rob.
I couldn't get to the chat earlier.
I'll text you in a bit. You know
So,
all about.
Rob says, afternoon, gentlemen. Afternoon.
Afternoon.
Online Viking raiding.
Ooh.
Yes, I think in the future we'll do this online. We'll do some live streams, and we'll find some fellow live streams, and we'll go and raid them. We'll go raiding, and all you guys will come in the chat, and we'll just bombard them and say hello. I think that'll be very funny. So, got to go. I've got to really old sort this, so I don't keep logging out. So there we go. I have now seen it all. What have you seen, Rob? I don't know. What have I missed? We've got a comment here from our Viking brother, Growl Rickardson.
Hi.
Afternoon, my two infamous Viking brothers.
Woof.
Hope you're both enjoying this afternoon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been good, hasn't it?
Yeah, we've got a lot covered. But hope all the world is kind to you as well, so.
And Celtic Goddess says the view counter often lies. Yeah, it does.
All right.
And I got 6 people watching. So the antlered one says, I'm Muican, not British. We only get like 8 British accents over here across the pond.
Oh, American accents, yeah. England is a very small country, as you know, but it's got so many accents and idioms that is. Even in a 20-mile radius here in Derbyshire, you used to be able to tell where somebody had come from with the expressions. If it's Great Good, they're from Alfreton, Nottingham area.
Oh yeah.
Twente, there's definitely Nottingham. Middock, well, if you call somebody Middock in Derbyshire, it's a woman. But in Nottingham, they call anybody Middock. It's that convoluted.
Would you like to teach them how to say hello in Derbyshire so these guys can start saying hello in how we do it in Derbyshire?
The best one is if you read D.H. Lawrence, but my brother-in-law, hi Mike, is a miner, and miners have their own speech. And so if I saw you and said, hello, how are you? A miner would have said, help me, duck, out to read, sorry. And
we have a new comment here from somebody new on the channel, and this is Scottish Gaming Duo.
Oh,
and
hi.
they say, hi guys.
Yo.
So hello and welcome to the channel. I am Bragi.
And I'm Egil.
Oh yes, we're a pair of Vikings.
Oh yeah.
What a pair.
I'm saying no.
I've got a couple more comments here. So Shara Bean says, like a brigandine perhaps. So I'm not sure.
That's the jacket with the, yeah.
Yes, there we go.
Thank you for that.
Thankfully you got Egil, he knows everything.
I wish.
We've got a comment here, so from Grove. Egil, with your talent of voices, how many different accents can you do?
I don't know, quite a few. The reason I can do them is because I was born down south in Rochester, living in Radlett, very middle class area, and then moved to Wengrose, which in Derbyshire, which is it's a mining town. So you can't really go, hello chaps, how are you? Or,
That's me digging there.
Whereas you go, hey up you, alright. And if you can do one accent, you can usually do two. Some accents I just cannot do. Portsmouth is one.
What about Birmingham?
Again, it's everybody thinks they can do it, but yeah, I'll call me out like that.
The problem I have with accents is that I think that all my accents, I demonstrate my Birmingham one, all sound the same.
Yeah.
So, right there, I'm from Birmingham.
Can you do a South African accent?
Well, a little bit, but not on live on camera.
I mean, it's like somebody once said, an American chap said to me, you know, Englishman doing American, it's like a tour of the States, and I know what you mean. You got your deep south where they're talking like that.
Yep.
Oh, you go to New York, you know, come by, what you doing, you know?
Yeah.
Bada bee, bada ba. And it's like everywhere else, there's different accents. Like you said, there's about 8.
Let's get back to some comments here.
Okay.
So Celtic God says, 6 people watching and only 2 likes. Come on people, we are better than that. Yeah, I might like it myself in a minute. And Rob Napier says, or as I use at times, all right, mucker. So does he use that, Rob? Hello.
He's not used it to me. It's usually greetings.
And Rob Napier is a brigandine also known as a coat of plates?
Yeah.
Question mark.
No.
No. And
anybody should know he would.
we have a comment from Scottish Gaming Duo who says these words: at Celtic God, laughed out loud, yes, same.
Oh, right. Oh.
I do like to read the comments out. And Shara Bean says, I believe so. Rob Napier, or a deep South Sheriff accent, Egil.
What are you, some kind of doomsday machine, boy?
How to get you the General Lee?
Yeah.
This could be a new series here.
Some kind of special agent. Which side?
You got to do that in a folk tale.
Yeah. There are 3 things I don't like, and you're all 5 of them.
When we do the international war tour, we're going to go and find the General Lee and put you in it. Gonna have a folk tale from it.
They're going to put me in the ground if I do that.
I don't think with it having a Confederate flag now on top of it, it's not very PC, although that's ridiculous. I mean, talk about tearing up your history.
Who are these people who say you can't? I mean, that's what annoys me.
I know. Millennials, probably. Now, Growl Rickardson says, I'm with Celtic, smash the like button, guys. Oh, yes, thank you, guys. We do appreciate it.
Yeah.
I think it's great for having a second live stream within such a short space of time.
Yeah.
So, the only reason why we're live streaming today is that we've got enough filming content. So,
Sorry, right.
yeah. I find drinking coffee makes you yawn.
I should be yawning all the time.
And drinking lager on camera gives you hiccups.
I don't drink much lager.
I do, I learnt that from live streaming.
All right.
There you go.
Lager streaming.
So, Rob Napier.
Hello.
Oh, God, I remember a road trip with that accent.
Ah.
Tell us more.
I was with Rob and this other guy, and I got these binoculars. You know, you get them at rock concerts.
Yeah.
And I was perving, and yeah. But we had a good time. But we nearly ended up in a hedge bottom with the driving. But that's.
Oh yes, it sounds like another interesting adventure of Egil. You've had many, haven't you?
Well, you don't reach my age without a few.
What's your best adventure and your most memorable?
Most memorable adventure. Ooh. I don't really know. I mean, they all seem to blur into things. I mean,
That was very Coronation Street, that was.
well, right.
You don't know what I meant by that.
Well, I don't. But
God.
I enjoyed my time when I was in the Territorial Army, and that was great fun. Except for 4 o'clock in the morning when you're freezing and stiff and you're in a foxhole. But yeah.
I've just seen that Milkman. He's one of our subs, a bit like you. He has his coffee black, no sugar, no milk.
His name's not Ernie, is it?
No.
And he drives the fastest milk
Bob
car in the
Napier
West.
says, I nearly crashed the bloody car.
Yeah.
Stop driving, Bob, quick.
Yeah. To be fair, he didn't have much choice.
Drive. Yeah, oh, right. Not now. I thought you nearly
No.
crashed the car then.
No, this was a
Oh, thank
long
God for
time
that.
ago.
Thank my God.
I just happened to find these binoculars, and yeah.
Now, have you ever worn a set pair of binoculars and has anybody ever painted them black and you got 2 black eyes?
No.
We did that at work with my dad.
I'll tell you another story that Rob will remember. We were going to do a fight at Brockhole, and of course it rained. It was like the Somme. So there was Rob, this guy called John, and myself. And Rob was looking the most respectable of all of us.
Really?
So we knocked on this door, and this woman sort of goes, "Oh, it's you, okay. Do you have a room for the night?" "Yes." In walks Rob. I come in, I've got about 4 days stubble on, and sort of, and then John, he was about 5 foot tall, and he literally got no neck. And out of the mist comes, and she nearly ran for the hills. But
He had no neck.
no, his neck was negligible. He was like that.
It reminds me of that guy out of the He-Man. You know,
Yeah.
the one with the short no neck and used to have a metal top and used to hit things.
He used to hit me. If you were next to him in the shield wall, he'd bring his axe back because he can't flex. He used to get hit with his axe. But
And how did they put up with your snoring? You do snore.
I snore.
That's it in a
really,
bathroom.
I was
Because of
gonna-
snoring.
I was going to say I snore badly. I snore very well actually, which I know annoys Rob. Well, that's his problem. You know, I can't help it.
Got a couple of comments here. One from Celtic God.
Hi, Celtic.
A guy asked me, and this is quite relevant because we talked about shaving heads earlier. Why do you shave your head? I answer, it makes my crawl stand up and sticks the helmet on better.
That's the way you want to do. You want to do. I mean, I used to have a crew cut when I was a kid because my parents said. Hence, I now have this.
So as a Viking, how would I shave?
You
Very
probably,
carefully.
yeah, you probably wouldn't. What you'd probably do is get something like this
Yes.
and get it sharpened properly, and then